Time and Temperature is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
It's fun to see the community come together, bring the toys to the families in need during the holiday season.
I wanted to donate toys to kids in my community.
And to come on out and try and give and not forget those who are struggling during the holidays.
I'm John Brown. Join me weeknights for Fox 35 News at 10 and 11.
Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
This morning on Good Day Orlando, a former murder suspect walks out of jail a free man. Why a judge decided he had the right to stand his ground. Plus, a home insurance crisis. One retired couple says they might have to move or go back to work just to cover the new costs.
Everything we work for our whole lives are invested in this property.
What legal action could help force prices back down? Also, sports betting arrives to Central Florida, and you can do it without leaving your house. What local fans are doing to get in on the action. We have all those stories and more for you this morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Parrish. Mike, last time we worked together, it was just after Thanksgiving. Now we're like 3 weeks away from Christmas. Are you feeling festive?
I feel like I'm in a time warp here, like through
Right.
the end of the year, where I really don't know what day or week it is.
Me
But
neither.
as you mentioned, the year is almost over, which is totally wild to think about. And then Christmas is right around the corner. We're in the midst of Hanukkah. It's the holiday season.
Holiday season.
That's right.
In full effect.
Mother Nature feeling festive as well, as it looks like we got some big changes in store for us in the coming days. Right now, overlooking beautiful Daytona Beach, courtesy of the Hard Rock Hotel camera there. Well, not a lot of folks out on the beach early this morning, but you can see that the water is just a tad bit rough out there as we are looking at some changes coming in the forecast in the realm of some winds shifting. Right now, nothing out there. You're going to be hard pressed to really find much of anything out there today outside of a few scattered showers. The change we're already feeling this morning is a bit warmer than where we have been over the past 24 hours. A good 5 to 10 degree little bump this morning. DeLand, Daytona Beach leading the way at 9 and 10 degrees warmer than where we were at this point yesterday. All in all, right in the lower 60s and mid to high 50s, and we will continue, of course, to gain on this. Could even be making a run at the lower 80s today. But as the humidity begins to build, we are on the way to potentially some impactful weather. That is why tomorrow is an impact day. I will show you what is on the way and what changes that may have into the next work week coming up in just a few minutes. Morgan?
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. New from overnight, a house fire in Ocala leaves one person dead. When crews arrived to the house on Northwest 24th Court, they found the building covered in flames and smoke. Take a look at this picture on your screen. Firefighters located one person who was unresponsive. Crews rushed that person to the hospital where they later died. Now this morning, Ocala Fire Rescue tells us that they are working to figure out what caused the fire. Happening now, the search is on to find the suspect connected to a shooting right outside of a convenience store in Winter Garden. Fox 35 was first on the scene and found several evidence markings right next to bullet casings. The sheriff's office says at least one person was taken to the hospital, and witnesses tell us they heard cars speeding down the street and several gunshots. We talked to one woman who had to take cover in her home nearby. She asked that we not show her face.
Like one of those guns that shoot plenty of times. Pow, 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 pow. And when I heard it, like I say, I jumped and went back in the back.
Right now, Fox 35 is working to learn what condition the victim is in and how many suspects deputies are searching for. Let's go to a live look outside at the Amway Center. This weekend marks the first time anyone 21 and older can legally place a bet on the Orlando Magic and buy tickets to watch them play at home. Now, the Seminole Tribes app expanded to new users just this week, and the Hard Rock Bet app is the mobile part of the Seminole Tribes' 30-year gaming compact with the state of Florida. It was signed back in 2021 and challenged in both state and federal courts. The lawsuits put mobile sports betting on hold until just last month, when it returned to a limited release. Here's what the fans had to say about being able to place mobile bets.
I already got it downloaded right here. It's downloading right now. It's freedom. You don't have to do any more offshore, sketchy websites. It's all right here. It's all legal. It's all Florida. So it's awesome. It's nice having events that you can go to, you can bet on. It's awesome. You can bet on pretty much anything.
The state will get almost 14% of the tribe's net winnings from sports bets, which could amount to billions each year. Continuing coverage of rising home insurance rates across Central Florida, several families have reached out to us saying if things continue, they could be forced to move. Now, we sat down with Greg and Colleen Buckner, who have lived in their Port Orange home for about 8 years. It's also been in Colleen's family since the late 60s. Now they could have to give it up because of their homeowner's insurance rate. What used to cost $100 now costs about $600. It's a jump they say they weren't prepared for.
Frustrated by it all, that it's every day you get up and you start worrying about it, and you try to put it back here, but it's sitting right there.
Experts say it's an issue with no clear end in sight, but there are strides being made to spark lower rates, including Senate Bill 2A. The bill passed at the end of last year, and lawmakers hope it will naturally force premiums down. A news alert, the U.S. announces it will reject a United Nations push for an immediate ceasefire by Israel in Gaza. This comes as the UN warns aid operations there are falling apart. Good Day Orlando is just getting started. Coming up, flooding concerns build in Palm Coast. What solution the city is working on this morning. Plus, a Fox 35 exclusive. This bear takes his anger out on a family's Christmas decorations. The whole thing caught on camera.
I got onto my Ring app and looked at it, and sure enough, big old bear comes up on our side driveway.
How the family is reacting to that holiday surprise, and later spend a day in the life of Sheriff Mike Chitwood. What gave him the inspiration to protect and serve? For now, let's check back in with Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Mike Linden. Mike, how's it going?
Morgan, the start to the weekend looks to be quite nice. This is what it looks like in Daytona Beach, but when we end the weekend, things will look a bit more active. I'll show you when these storms arrive coming up.
We're stuffing your stocking with 2 nights of Masked Singer magic. Tuesday,
it's the holiday sing-along.
Then Wednesday, it's the last group final.
I'm going down. Come on. Securing that final spot is
unbelievable. The 2-night Masked Singer event starts Tuesday at 8 on Fox.
Fox 35 Beach and Surf Report brought to you by Rubenstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL.
This week in Orlando Matters, we'll break down Florida's proposed budget and issues with property insurance, and a look at a Falcon Heavy launch.
Today at 10 on Fox 35.
Well, new details about flooding concerns in Flagler County. Homeowners reached out to us with concerns about flooding, which they blame on new construction. Brittany Kershaw with the city of Palm Coast says a new task force is now in place with the goal of investigating whether new homes at higher elevations are the cause of that flooding.
We're individually addressing every single concern, going out to their house, having our stormwater department meet with them, community development, whomever would be the subject matter expert on their issue, and trying to determine the root cause.
Right now, there's only a minimum height on how high homes must be built above street level, but not a maximum height. And any change to the heights of new homes being built is still being discussed. Let's go to a live look at Daytona Beach on our Hard Rock camera. It's a beautiful start to our weekend, and warm weather is on the way. But this morning, we are tracking the next big thing with potential storms on the way this Sunday. Mike, this weather has been like an emotional roller coaster for me because it's been cold, it's been warm, it's been rainy. I can't keep up.
Right, and it's seems like we're on the way up today, and then we'll be right back down into the start of the work week. But just behind you there, Morgan, looks to be a very active end to the weekend. The good news is, up until that point, looking pretty good outside of being just a little bit breezy, right? So let's take a look at what we're seeing right now in Orlando, overlooking the Amway Center, home to your very, very good Orlando Magic this season. Could potentially be playoff bound. Still early, of course, but we'll see. 62 degrees overlooking Orange County. The I-4 looking really good this morning. Of course, it is quite early in the day. As we look at the storm tracker radar, nada. And that should likely be the case through the rest of your morning. A few spotty showers into the afternoon today, but this will kind of be your big story for the day today. Warmer temperatures as humidity begins to build back into potentially the lower 80s today. Still have a ways to go, though. The lower 60s and mid to high 50s across the region, 54 in Gainesville. But here over the next 24 hours, we will be watching the southeast, where today there could likely be some strong storms here in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. But that same system likely to arrive here in Florida heading into Sunday evening. Now, looking at your highs for the day today, again, back into the lower 80s and upper 70s. This is warmer than where we should be this time of year by about 5 or so degrees, but add in that humidity and it should feel a little bit warmer than that. All in all, a beautiful day if you plan on spending some time outdoors, heading to the theme parks. I mean, this is as good as it gets, I think, to spend the day with Mickey in the upper 70s if you're heading to Disney, of course. But there is that severe threat over the southeast, this yellow color, a slight risk, a 2 out of 5 on the SPC Center scale. And you can see that this does cover a good chunk of the southeast and Tennessee Valley. Nothing for Florida, but that system is going to have an impact on the Sunshine State into tomorrow evening. That is why tomorrow is an impact day, especially so as we get into the second half of the day. Here's how it all plays out. So this is 9 o'clock tonight. Notice just some spotty clouds. But as we start to see the flow coming in from the Gulf of Mexico in the south, that's where warmer, wetter air begins to fuel this advancing cold front. Look at the time here, 6 o'clock in the evening from Jacksonville all the way to Tampa, stronger storms, and those will sweep across the region, getting weaker as the evening rolls on. But then behind that front is the cooler, drier air. So temperatures rise today and then right back down into Monday morning, potentially even slipping into the upper 30s early Monday morning. So a huge, huge swing here in about 36 or so hours. Even the highs really not making it back out of the lower 60s on Monday morning. So a wacky, wacky next couple of days in terms of your temperatures, really all over the place. A 20-degree shift there as we head into the start of the work week. But the fun doesn't stop there. As we head into the second half of this upcoming work week, we are looking at a lot of rain coming into the Sunshine State that looks likely to arrive closer to Friday. I mean, if it were a different time of year just a couple months ago, we would really be talking about something interesting here in the Gulf of Mexico. But really what that looks likely to be is a big rainmaker as we head into the second half of the work week, potentially upwards of a good 2 or so inches of rain as we get closer to your Friday. But here this weekend, things are, again, a bit all over the place. Temperature-wise, though, in the lower 80s today and tomorrow. The impact day really kicking in tomorrow afternoon into the evening, Morgan, and then into the upcoming work week. You mentioned that roller coaster that we're on. Well, we're back down the hill into Monday and then look to be right back up later in the work week.
Thanks, Mike. Caught on camera, a bear stumbles on some Christmas decoration and tries to get in on that holiday spirit. And by the looks of it, the bear seems to really like that display. Fox 35's Manny Martinez spoke with the family who got a big surprise when they looked at their Ring video. All right, that's too many bears for my liking. And this morning we are highlighting some of the most festive holiday decorations in Central Florida. David and Dory Hayes are letting their Christmas spirit glow in the villages. They put up strands of lights on the house and garage and the trees on either side of the front door. In true Villages style, they tell us they decorate their golf cart to match their house as well. Coming up on Good Day Orlando, a trip to the state fairgrounds could land you a new job today, how you can use this chance to start a career in law enforcement. Plus, a new home for the Coast Guard, what the agency hopes to accomplish with a new upgraded facility in Brevard County. And we are saving you money with the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Gas is $2.87 a gallon at the Shell right on Dog Track Road in Longwood. You can always find gas saving tips on our website at fox35orlando.com.
The Fox 35 Holiday Cash Gift Away. You could win $500 to make your holidays brighter. Watch Good Day Orlando every day for more chances to win.
Still to come on Good Day Orlando, a local commissioner is now the target of a state investigation, what he's accused of, and how his legal team is responding. And changes are on the way to a controversial AP course, what the College Board is doing to bring it back to the classroom. And let's check in with Fox 35's Matt Trezza.
The Fox 35 Care Force is set up at the annual Jingle Bell Run to benefit the American Arthritis Foundation. We've got all the details on how you can help out just ahead.
Good Day Orlando, sponsored by Central Florida Expressway Authority. Good Day Orlando, sponsored by Shen Yun, live at the Dr. Phillips Center. Live from Fox 35 News, you're watching Good Day Orlando.
Now on Good Day Orlando, great weather is on the way today, but storms are just around the corner. The Fox 35 storm team is tracking a busy weekend forecast. And a search for drugs ends with a loud bang. Deputies discovered a bunch of homemade explosives, but instead of moving them, they took matters into their own hands.
And I didn't know what it was, but all you saw was like a whole bunch of smoke and everything.
Why investigators say this was their only option. And this morning, the annual Jingle Bell Run kicks off from Baldwin Park. It's a 5K walk, all to benefit the Arthritis Foundation. Fox 35's Matt Trezza joins us live. Matt, we heard even Santa Claus is going to make an appearance. Have you seen him yet? Does he have on his sneakers?
Yeah, I haven't seen Santa Claus yet, but I have seen a lot of folks that I assume to be his elves walking around. So if I see any of them, I'm definitely going to ask. But who is here is the Fox 35 Care Force, and we are set up along Lake Baldwin here to make sure that this is a wonderful event. And so we're going to be here to bring you all of that, and we're going to be checking in with you throughout the morning, hopefully bringing you the man in the red suit as well. And when we get more on that, we will, of course, bring it to you live. For now, live in Baldwin Park, Matt Trezza, Fox 35 News.
All right, thanks, Matt. Well, we'll be checking in with Matt all morning as he prepares to start that 5K. For now, I'm here with Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Mike Linden. Mike, this weather, it's like too much for me. You know, I can't keep up because I'm from Jersey, so it's like I'm used to the cold, but down here, it's like it feels freezing.
Yeah, to us Yankees, I mean, it's we've fully adjusted. We are definitely one of your own now. I mean, I was wearing a full jacket the other day and a winter hat. It's getting chilly, but hey, the good news is we're on our way back up today, but that may not last for much longer. Let's look at the Port Canaveral camera right here. Overlooking Brevard County, a beautiful start to our day. You can see a mix of sun and clouds. That'll pretty much be how the rest of your day goes. Overlooking the storm tracker radar this morning, not too much going on. A few pop-up showers here just off the East Coast, but all in all is quiet this morning. We might see some of those showers over top of us today, but if you do see any rain, it will not stick around for very long. Really, the big story of the day today is the warmer feel that's out there. A good 5 to 10 degrees warmer than where we were at this time yesterday. And we will likely hold on to that gain into the afternoon today on the way to the lower 80s right now on the right around the lower 60s across most of the region. So getting back into that lower 80s mark, the humidity building will make it feel just a tad bit warmer than that. So a pretty nice day in terms of the warmth goes back into the lower 80s, partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. But that humidity building is the sign of the next big weather maker set to arrive into tomorrow, of which is an impact day. I will show you when those storms arrive and what lies on the other side of that coming up.
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike. Happening now, the search is on to find the suspect connected to a shooting right outside of a convenience store in Winter Garden. Fox 35 was first on the scene. Take a look at this video. Fox 35 found several evidence markings next to bullet casings. Now, the sheriff's office says at least one person was taken to the hospital, and witnesses tell us they heard cars speeding down the street and several gunshots. Right now, Fox 35 is working to learn what condition the victim is in and how many suspects deputies are searching for. A search for drugs ends with loud explosions in Winter Park. Deputies say they found several homemade bombs and set them off on purpose. According to the report, a half pound of powder was found while deputies were looking for drugs inside of this house. That powder was described as a highly volatile homemade explosive mixture. The bomb squad blew it up on site within earshot of neighbors because the chemicals could have exploded if they were moved.
Big boom, you know, like that, bunch of smoke went up there.
And I didn't know what it was, but all you saw was like a whole bunch of smoke and everything.
Mark Severson is facing multiple charges, including dealing meth. Prosecutors are asking the judge not to let him out on bond. Continuing coverage, the mother of the 11-year-old accused of shooting 2 kids at a Pop Warner practice in Apopka is now out of jail. Good Day Orlando was the first to tell you when Sherelle Johnson bonded out. Investigators believe her son grabbed the gun out of her car, which was kept in a cardboard box. The mayor of Apopka tells Fox 35 this is an important reminder of the dangers of not locking up your firearm.
I think it ought to be a kind of a wake-up call for everybody that, you know, make sure that if you've got a gun, that it's secure, you know, either in your car or at your house. Fortunately, both the kids are, you know, have recovered, and that's the good news. And maybe it does, parents, adults wake up that, hey, I need to make sure my gun is secure for whatever reason. But, we don't need to have kids, having access to guns at all, period.
Johnson is now charged with felony negligence. Coming up next on Good Day Orlando, Sheriff Mike Chitwood is no stranger making headlines. He's a familiar face in Volusia County for telling it like it is.
I flunked out of college because of fondness for beer and women, not necessarily in that order. And I was working on the docks and God, there's got to be more to life.
Fox 35 sat down with Sheriff Mike Chitwood to find out what makes him tick. Hear his story coming up next.
It's Fox 35, let it glow. Do you think your holiday lights are the best on the block? Prove it. Just snap a picture or video of your amazing masterpiece and send it to us at fox35orlando.com/letitglow. If your dazzling display is picked by us, we'll do the weather live right from your front yard. Let it glow now through the holidays, only on Fox 35.
Good Day Orlando is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Let's take a live look out at our iDrive camera. Things are looking good this morning. It's about 7:43 a.m. on your Saturday morning. The sun is out. Let's send it over to Fox 35's Mike Linden.
Morgan, a pretty start to our day thus far, overlooking the Fox 35 studios here in Lake Mary. First of all, got to give a big shout out to my daughter running her first cross-country meet this morning. So proud of you. Best of luck, and it looks like the weather should be pretty nice for you to get our morning started. Low 60s across the board right now. Nice light breeze. I mean, look at the flag here, barely blowing on the flagpole. So a beautiful Saturday morning to get our weekend started, and it doesn't seem that there will be much weather-wise getting in the way for the next several hours, if at all, today. We will see the cloud cover beginning to build a bit, but that is all ahead of a nice warming trend here back into the lower 60s where we're at right now. We'll continue to gain from this. Humidity is building as well as the flow comes in from the south and over the Gulf of Mexico, taking us all the way back into the lower 80s today. Some spots in the mid to high 60s along the Space Coast. All in all, this is a little bit warmer than where we should be normally this time of year, and that is again because of that pattern shift here. Looking at the big picture here, you can see this big sweeping cold front here cutting across the central United States. This will usher in our change as we head into Sunday, and then even more change is on the way behind it. But as of right now, nothing really going here in Florida. If you plan on getting outside today, maybe you plan on hitting the links. A fantastic weather day. Again, look at the cloud cover building, getting a little grayer as our day rolls on. But all in all, temperature-wise, very comfortable. Again, becoming a little muggier, and that is because of that onshore flow from the Gulf of Mexico. Of course, looking here at this yellow polygon here, this is a slight risk for severe weather across a good chunk of the Tennessee Valley and the Deep South. That same storm system arrives in Florida into tomorrow afternoon. That is why Sunday is an impact day due to those showers, potentially even a few stronger, if not severe, storms embedded within that line arriving into the second half of the day. So let's time it out here. First of all, I want you to see these arrows here, of course, coming in from the south. Of course, warmer, wetter airs to our south. That's why that muggy feel is likely to build today. Heading into tomorrow, look at the time, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That front positioned right over top of the panhandle, advancing eastward and being fueled by that warm, wet air. Stronger storms into the second half of the day, a few of which potentially could be severe. The good news is, as this front begins to push its way eastward, again, look at the time, we lose a lot of that juice. Behind the front, cooler, drier air that will take temperatures right back down, heading into the upper 30s early Monday morning, and then only making it back into the lower 60s, if not the upper 50s for our daytime highs Monday and Tuesday. So a huge drop off in terms of your temperatures to kick off the work week. And then looking ahead toward next weekend, well, the next big rainmaker, if it were just a few months earlier, we would really be ramping things up. Of course, we are out of hurricane season now, but this is definitely worth watching despite a few days out here. A big rainmaker into the second half of the work week that could even become something a bit more significant for the northeast. So December is off and running. Again, a lot of rain on its way as we head into the second half of the work week. Again, that is certainly something to watch out for that we will be covering in the days ahead. But at least for the next 24 to 48 hours, enjoy the warmer than normal temperatures in the lower 80s Sunday and Impact Day, and then a humongous drop off, 20 degrees swing there from Sunday into Monday, back into the lower 60s to kick off the next work week. It is time now for the Fox 35 Weather Baby. Big shout out to baby Caden. Look at that smile. I mean, that is a Saturday morning smile if I've ever seen one. Again, if you want to be a part of the Weather Baby, you can get those photos in to the website.
All right, that baby just gave me all of the good vibes. Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood is one of the most recognized law enforcement officers in the country. And he says what's on his mind, which sometimes makes him a target. Fox 35's John Brown spent an entire day with the sheriff to see why he is like he is. He learned you have to start from the beginning. Still ahead on Good Day Orlando, your schedule at work could impact your overall health. Why doctors are now sounding the alarm about one specific shift. Plus, a new report breaks down how a local football star died while helping a friend. But the family says the results aren't what they hoped for, what they're doing to get justice for their son.
Watch Orlando Matters today at 10 on Fox 35.
A Fox 35 exclusive right now, an Apopka family is working to keep their son's memory alive. This is after he was shot and killed just last weekend. Today, a vigil will be held in his honor. They say the person responsible was another young person who he knew well. 1 week ago today, Missy Farrell heard a gunshot outside her home. Moments later, she was in the backyard trying to keep her son Jacob alive. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says it is investigating the moments leading up to the shooting. Now the family is choosing to remember all the good their son accomplished in life. They say he was an organ donor, and his donation helped save 4 other people.
I want him to be remembered for what he gave in the end. Even in death, he was giving back life through God.
He saved 4 lives that night, and I couldn't be more prouder of him because that's what he would have wanted, and that's what he tried to do his whole life.
The family is holding a service next Thursday in Apopka and are inviting anyone who wants to join. Next Saturday, his friends are holding a truck show for hundreds of people, one of Jacob's favorite activities. When we return on Good Day Orlando, a new report says one color is better than the rest. Find out if which shade came out on top for the color of the year. And we are taking a live look through our downtown camera. Things are looking good for that Jingle Ball run today. We'll have much more coming up after this break. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you need to go to work to the graveyard shift today, things aren't looking good. It turns out working the night shift can be bad for your health, and the traditional 9 to 5 is better. A new study says that more than half of night shift workers suffer from sleep disorders. Doctors hope that it will help employers create strategies that can decrease the negative health effects that may come with the night shift. Trending this morning, as the year wraps up, many organizations are picking their thing, person, place of the year. And now Pantone wants you to embrace the warmth with its pick for the color of the new year. Pantone says the color of the year for 2024 is peach fuzz. It says the shade, quote, captures our desire to nurture ourselves and others. Peach fuzz is the 25th color of the year from Pantone, which is selected by trend experts who predict what will become popular in the next year. Stay with us. Our next hour of Good Day Orlando starts right now.